got some good work today. Did quite a bit of situational work. Did some red zone, 2 points. Coming off the goal line, 4 minutes, 2 minute. So a lot of situational work. It was good. Guys were energetic, focused, and so overall pleased. We're going to come back, watch this film, and go back at it tomorrow, and have another practice tomorrow, a little bit lighter, and give them the first day of school off, which is Monday. So just switch up our day off. So nothing, overly dramatic to report. We're relatively healthy. The playmakers made some plays, and both sides did some good things. So I'll open it up.
Mark, talk about Sheridan. What we saw on fan day, and he's improving.
Yeah, thought he had a good day today. Again, with the situational work and the 2 minute in the red zone with some pressure, I thought he did a good job. Getting better.
You sold out season tickets. Can you just talk about that? What that means?
Yeah, it just means an awful lot. I greatly appreciate the support. We always do. It affects the game. It affects recruiting. The atmosphere when this place is a full tilt. It's a blast to play, and our players really feed off that. And we've always had great support, and we continue to get that, and we thank.
It's 2 weeks out. Are you sensitive from your guys? Are they just kind of hungry to hit somebody else?
They are. It gets long. As I mentioned, I feel camp is good. It's not quite what it used to be, but it's still draining on them and challenging mentally and physically. And they start school Monday, so I think it's just a different change of pace will be good for them.
How was Ty playing?
I really have been pleased with Ty. It was nice that he was here in the spring, and not surprising. He's very coachable, and works extremely hard. He's going to be good on special teams. He's in the 2 deep rotation at safety, and that takes some work. From just answering my questions through the years of the challenge were very multiple in what we do, and he's been able to be, pretty reliable for a true freshman.
In the spring, I assume that helped that.
It did. Yeah.
What are some things that are jumping out? The improvement from the start of fall camp to now. What are some things that you've really been having?
Well, a big thing is consistency. Sometimes early in camp, one side may have success because the other side is non-functional and not doing the right things. And now you're seeing more competitive plays, guys in good position on both sides, and guys just stepping up and competing, which is ultimately what it's going to come down to. You need to be well coached. You got to be in good position, but we got to have some guys win some one-on-one.
Mark, how's that position battles at kicker and punter specifically? How are those going?
Yeah, it's going well. I feel like we have really solid guys there, and they've been good and been more consistent, and so that's been good.
Just the operation overall, do you feel like that's been more efficient with your work?
Yeah, definitely. Not there yet. We're not where we want to be. We're not perfect, but we're much better.
Mark, how's the progression of offensive line been throughout this game?
Same, you could hit repeat there, better. Needed to be better, obviously, we addressed that, right away, and we are better, we're more consistent. I think we're able to have the balance that we're looking for. Protection has been better, again, not perfect. Need to shore up a few things still, but getting there.
You gotta get a lot of guys returning on that D-line. How does it help going up against guys like that every day?
It helps a lot. There's Big Dion over there. But Dion, I had to throw you out of the scrimmage today so we could get a playoff. So yeah, he's been a force. He's hard to deal with. But overall, those guys are playing well.
Coach, going back to the offensive line, a couple weeks back you said it's so much more about physicality, but also creativity as well. Are you seeing that in your guys? And
there's no question. The staff do a great job. They present problems. There's a rhyme and a reason for everything that we do, and so it puts stress on the defense. It's not just pure physicality, getting off ball. You know, obviously that has to be there, and you need to be physical at the point of attack. Just like I mentioned earlier, you have to win one-on-ones and get some movement, but also you could create stress with the defense with just eye candy, motion shifts, you know, things of that nature. And they do a nice job of tying things together.
Brad pointed out Keaton as a guy who could have a really big jump this year. What have you seen from him this camp?
Yeah, again, very reliable. You know, he's a guy that's very conscientious, wants to do right all the time, cares, getting better. You know, so really solid.
You mentioned these shorter sets. I know the goal-to-goal sets, you had settled for field goals a lot last year, like more than you wanted to. How are you guys working on those and trying to punch that in once you're at goal-to-goal?
Well, I mean, you know, just be more efficient, be better, you know, and, you know, 2 years ago, we were more efficient in getting in the red zone. We got to get back to that, you know. Ultimately, you got to win games, so if you have to kick a field goal, then we got to get it through, you know, and get the points and you know, win whatever means necessary. You know, we had a few of those last year as well.
We've heard a lot about, you know, Devin and those playmakers at wide receiver making plays throughout camp. How has that helped your guys at corner and giving you a good look?
Yeah, I mean, it's challenging, and so, you know, they're going to be isolated against some talented guys, and Devin has thrown some beautiful passes, dropped them in some tough spots, and so, you know, it's been good competition. You know, we still need to improve, we still need to get better. I feel pretty good about the front line at corner. I feel like Drew and Max are playing pretty solid, and we got to continue to bring a few of the other guys.
You talked about that last year you didn't feel like you always responded to adversity the way you wanted to. Obviously, you won't know that until you get into the season this year. But do you feel like that this group is set up that they can handle things better than maybe did last year?
I do, and I think, you know, we all got to take a good look at yourself year to year, and, you know, I've never, you know, pretended to put it all on any one group. I mean, ultimately, I have to get that out of them, and you know, as I mentioned in week one, I have to do a better job, and I just got to put my foot down and demand it out of them, and the coaches do, and the players ultimately will. And I do think they got that message, and we've been more consistent. We haven't been perfect, but I like their attitude, and I like their work ethic, and I like the energy. And you know, at times I just felt like I fell short in that area. I got to get it out of them.
Coach, we talked to Liam, and he talked about Caddis when we were here at Fan Day, just being like, I gotta get this red jersey off. He missed time in the spring. How's his progression been the last few weeks, and, you know, this year, what do you expect?
Really good. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was one of the practices a while back now that Caddis was in there and just mixing it up like he does. And, you know, blocking somebody that's a foot taller than him and 100 pounds more, but he's scrapping and getting it done. And I'm like, why the hell has he got a red jersey on? Like, if he's going to do this, like, he's either cleared or not cleared. And I'm no doctor. I'm not taking him out of the red till a doctor is. But he was cleared to do a certain drill. And I'm like, well, if he's cleared to do that, he's cleared to do anything. And sure enough, about 15 minutes later, he came out with a blue shirt on.
Is his
Been in a
spirit,
blue shirt ever since.
is that spirit that he brings
Yeah.
contagious? Does it get the other guys feed on?
Yeah, the guys respect it. Yeah, they definitely.
Love you, Coach Stoops.
Love you. Just because I gave you a night off. Always love. Love. But yeah, I think Josh is a guy that they definitely feed off of. They see the way he plays, and he's committed. I mean, he's scrappy and he's tough. He does really good. He plays hard.
After the scrimmage today, what's maybe one or two things that you want to tighten up in these next couple of weeks before the season starts?
There's still been some pre-snap things, and you know, we just got to try to be as perfect as we can. Turnovers and ball security's been relatively good, and that needs to stay. But there's still some pre-snap penalties and some things of that nature that we just got to be cleaner and not beat ourselves. Even in special teams, the guys are working really hard, and they've been much improved. But there's still just a lot of areas in there that we got to clean up.
Following the scrimmage today, what part has you most excited as we roll into the season?
I just think maybe going back to the question with John, just the demeanor of the team. I like where they're at. I think they're in a good place. and united and, you know, really committed.
Yeah.
And if we could stay there and stay hungry and could just continue to get better, you know, not look ahead, just, you know, let's get better tomorrow.
Right.
If we stay in that mindset, I think we'll be all right.
I've heard a lot about Anthony and the things he's done, not the other receivers, but how's the Kel kind of coming along?
DeKel's getting much better, you know, trying to get him to be totally consistent. But what's different about him, where he's getting better is maybe if, you know, he's going through traffic, in the middle of traffic, and maybe he has a drop or, you know, isn't clean. You see him respond the next day and make that play, and that's growth, and that's what he and I have talked a lot about just worry about getting better. Just take the coaching and get better each and every day, because he's got skills and he can run, and he's getting better, and he just got to stay hungry and stay in that mindset, and just good things will happen.
Okay, folks, last one.
We always talk about it with him. I mean, if you do the little things time and time and time, big things are going to happen. You know, guys like that, it's like he's so explosive. He's just waiting for a big thing. You just got to do all the little things, and the big things will come.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.